Hey everyone, and welcome to Farming Simulator 2025. This is the Everything Challenge, and this is our first time we get to do a harvest. It is June, our barley is ready, and I am loving running around in this. Our yield bonus is 95%. This is going to be awesome. We have $394,000 in the bank, and that means we get to buy a harvester. And let's jump straight into that. Sales, don't get distracted. Let's jump into harvesters. So before I do that, Giants has released a huge number of the CLAAS stuff, and particularly the CLAAS Treon 750 into the mods. And so if you go into mods and then official mods, you'll find them all. That's actually one of the ones we'll be using today. What I want is the one which has the highest horsepower. So this is 493, 380, 258. So this one's the highest horsepower. And also, if you look at the leaderage, 12,000, 8,000 versus 10. So this is the biggest bucket, and it's also the biggest horsepower. And I want to do class. The next level up is only barely a couple of thousand more liters, but is a pretty big jump, 400,000 versus 220. So really good value. I don't think I want tracks. I don't think I want the class wheels. So I think we'll go BKT. And what do we have here? So we've got wide tires. I think it's the standard ones will be fine. Let's bump it up to the highest horsepower. We might as well enjoy it. Straw chopper. So that's at the back here. Oh, let's go for the new. Looks a little bit more funky. Radiator cover. Looks like that's on the right here. That's this thing over here. Expose, semi-open, and yeah, I think option one looked good. We want a chaff blower, I guess. So that's under there. Extra protection. Nah, that's boring. And GPS. I think this is a hangover from 22 when you needed to have GPS added. And yeah, no license plate. $240,000 by, the last 6-7 months has all been about doing that. So we've definitely achieved what we wanted. Let's get a trailer. We'll get this one. Is there any customization? Nope. Buy. And then we will buy the biggest head, which I guess is this one, 30 grand. Laser pilot. I have no idea what that does. And do we want a big or small center? Let's go for small. Looks cool. So there we go. We've got ourselves a harvester. A couple episodes ago, we bought a class trailer. Actually, you can see it right there. Right there, you can see. So that's what we'll be using to hold the grain. Let's jump across to the shop. There it is. Look at that. Let's try to get over all this stuff. Here is all our new stuff. Man, you put a person next to this and you realize how big it is. This is going to be epic. So when we put the head on this trailer, I think we have to approach from the right. Oh, actually, we'll find out pretty soon, I guess. Nice and chunky. That's a good sound. Thank you, Giants, for bringing CLAAS into the game. I just like the feel and look of them. And Massey Ferguson and all them look great too, but somehow CLAAS has just got my heart. Which side is that? I'm not sure if it's this side or that's, from the right or to the left. I think it's this way, I want to say. So we have 119,000 left in the bank. Come on, line this up better. You can do better. So what I do want to do is have a little scout round to see if there's any field that we can leverage here. Was that the correct way around? Are you going to snap? Is this all good? I assume it is. So we do need to buy a silo though. So we'll have to be kind of careful with our money. So yeah, before we go anywhere, let's have a look at the map and see what is up for harvest. We're doing barley this month. If we look at the calendar, we are in June and it's the start of the barley harvest, and also spinach is around here. So wheat's next month, oats and peas, and also canola. So if we're going to jump in and steal a piece of land, that's what we need to do. So barley is here. This is our piece of land. Is there any other neighbor around us? So 26 over here has it. It's a little bit far away. We bought 30 last episode, and that was because of the wheat in it, and we didn't want to lose that opportunity. 29. Oh, you're relatively cheap. What's that color? Is that canola? It is. I think that's a no-brainer too. So I think actually, yeah, I won't buy it yet because we do need to put down the silo. But that's another one. Yeah, I think we'll buy 29 before it disappears. We have a couple of months. So barley and wheat. I think that's about it around us. Actually, is that oats over there or sorghum? Sorghum, yeah. So that's also another one. So 150 might be out of our price range, but this 45 should be okay. And yeah, they're in the big 200 range there. This is in the really expensive. That's carrots. I think the blue might be, yeah, beans, which is also, the harvester is too expensive. So yeah, up for grabs is probably 29. And what's 32? So 32, it's a bit of land as well. So yeah, let's get up to 36. This is our piece of land. This is all our bases here. So that's, we're down here in the shop area. So we'll drive around here, drive up here and get into field 36 and get going. Plan is to do it manually. Definitely for the first time. We've got to enjoy it. And then we need to, hopefully, I mean, we're at 10,000 litres in the tank. We should have to drop it off at least once. I mean, if we only make under 10,000, that would be very disappointing because that will not pay the bills. So hopefully we'll have to unload into that beautiful CLAAS trailer a couple of times. And then we'll put that definitely into, you okay, Postal Service guy? We'll put that into a silo. We did add chickens last time, and we've been buying food from the shop, so we can definitely use this crop to move towards that. My plan is hopefully to not have to sell the wheat or the barley directly and put it into a mill. I don't really want to, lose some of the benefit. The wood is generating about 40,000 a month, and the 7 greenhouses are doing another 20-something thousand. So we have about 60 grand per month coming in. So hopefully that can cover the cost of those smaller productions, which tend to be 36. So that's the plan for now. And maybe in 1 or 2 years, I'm going to cut the corner here. In 1 or 2 years, we can move up to those $150,000, $300,000 ones, which are, places around the map. But yeah, this is great news. I'm really excited. I'm really happy that we were able to, in our very first harvest, get a pretty substantially big harvester involved rather than a small one. Having this nice big head is fantastic. Yeah, thank you, Giants. Definitely thank you for bringing back all the FS22 CLAAS stuff in the last couple of weeks. It's I personally am really appreciative of the effort. I know it takes time. I know there's probably licensing problems and lots of debugging and all that stuff, and it's not a small amount of effort. So I personally am very, you're right, Bus, very appreciative of that. Our yard's coming along. I think all these little productions like this one right here in the front here is the spinnery, this grey one. I think all those smaller ones, I think that's what we are destined to do in our farmyard there. We're just going to put more and more of those smaller ones down. So that should look really cool. We've got our poplar here to the left. I don't think it's going to be ready until maybe February or March. So I think we've got a while before we have to find the $100,000 to buy the baler for that. So that should be all right. And then this field to our left is our wheat, and that yellow one in the distance is also ours. So yeah, looks like we've got a fair bit of wheat coming our way. So that should be pretty good. Nice and profitable. I'm going to squeeze across here because we need to go through that gate, and I don't want to do it at an angle. Ooh, that was terrible. And here we are at our barley field. Oh, I'm so excited. This is so good. I haven't had a chance to do harvesting yet in FS25, so this is my first chance. I've done some contracts, but not on my own field. It's quite different when you own when you own it. So we will be turning swath on, and we'll get the straw off of this. I can't remember what the keystroke is for that. So enable straw swath. Okay, it's enabled, and we can close that down. Drop that down, and yeah, there we are. Our first barley literage. Oh, that's so cool. I am so happy. I'm not going to use steering assist. I'm not going to use AI. I'm doing this the old-fashioned manual way because that's what's good about this game. It's the joy of driving. So cool. So I think what we might do, I mean, I could tag team this and put it on automatic and go get the baler and all that stuff, but you know what? I personally just want to enjoy going up and down, up and down. So let's do some tunes here, and I'll see you in about a minute, and I am just going to thoroughly enjoy the next 10 minutes or so.
This California weather, it's like 90 degrees. It's making me hot and he has the same effect on me. It's just something about the way that he's making me feel. My insides are out, I just wanna shout his name. My body's giving up on me, cause I don't know what to do with my fingertips. I wanna run up through his hair, but I'm trying not to stare. I get a little starstruck when I see him. I couldn't hate him even if I tried. Am I a little crazy to believe that I could wake up with him by my side? I know I could get his attention if I worked it all out. And we got a little tipsy on a Saturday night. Yeah, I want him and I need him. He's got a one-way ticket to my heart. Ticket to my heart. He's got a one-way. I can move a little closer without letting him see. My hands are shaking from the urge of being with him. I act a little dumber when I try to get his number. I'm so nervous that I'm losing grip of myself. My body's giving up on me, cause I don't know what to do with my fingertips. I wanna run up through his hair, but don't stare.
Well, that's the first harvest well and truly on its way. I don't think we're actually going to fit all of it in one trailer. The CLAAS is taking 12,000-ish times each time, and yeah, this guy, yeah. Oh, we've got the weight thing turned on, so yeah, that's definitely going to stop us. Let's continue the harvest, but we will have to unload that very, very soon. I think what I'll do is I'll keep on going until this thing is full. I don't think I can go up and down again, and then we'll start the unload. As far as the swaths, they've come out really clean, so I don't think we need to windrow them, which is kind of a pity because I just got that nice, beautiful, huge CLAAS windrower, which is really wide. I'm tempted just to use it just for fun of it. The only problem is these swaths, I think, do have a fair bit of straw in them, and when they're combined, I think it may overwhelm the baler. So yeah, I don't think it's wise to use the windrower in this case, mainly because I've just been so neat and tidy. There's just not much mess to clean up. When you have fields that are more curvy, it tends to be a bit more useful. So when we do the wheat field that is much more of a egg shape, I think we'll be able to use it then. But this rectangular field, I don't see a justification for it. Making sure that I slow down at the end of the pile, spread it out a little bit. I'm trying to keep off that other person's field. I haven't been too successful at it. I'm about to go into it right now. We may get to the end of this row. That's why I chose the left hand just then, just in case I have to pipe out. We'll see how it goes. You can definitely tell that I've just been steering this. You can see the line's a little bit wiggly. That's fine. Shows I'm human. I think that last segment is narrower than the harvester head, so there should just be one more stripe and we should be good to go. Now the question is, well, A, what silo do I want? And B, where's it going to go? It needs to be somewhere quite accessible so that, particularly if I have two of those CLAAS trailers in like a road train, a tandem situation, I can do U-turns and stuff. So it needs to be very accessible from a drive approach point of view. And at some point I do want to get the semi-trailer based, I think it's Load King based ones, and so that's also a factor that we should factor in, or I think we should factor in. Alright, let's... no, I didn't mean to start the AI guy. I went to B rather than almost like left button B rather than just B. All right, so let's turn the engine off because this is ours and it's going to cost us money. That's not the right button. That's the right button. Okay. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be near base. So let's get into here. Turn the engine on. I think it was on already. And work out where to unload this. Do I want to continue running the game with the weight restriction? I think I do, because once you go past that point, the physics get a bit squirrely, and it's not too often that we're going to need to be overloaded. I don't know if you can hear it in the recording and the playback, but this CLAAS trailer has a lot of metal sounds, way more than it did in 22. I think they've added that as a byproduct of the speed that it's going at. Alright, so for now, let's keep this out of the way. There's no way it's going to be here, so let's just leave that there. And let's jump out and have a think. I think construction mode might be the best way of doing this. So I think the first thing to do is just choose a silo. So I don't want this cheap type stuff. I want something that was kind of nice. So it's going to be like silver one. I don't think I want this older style, so 60. So this is the one that I think I used in 22. Yeah, it's both the load and the unload are in the same spot. That one's just too boring. Actually, is that one's liquid or a crop? Root silo, we'll get one of them later. I think it might just be this one. So it's got a whole lot of blowers, which makes sense if that's how the ground works. So you unload here. Okay, that's... I don't know how big that trigger is. Okay, and then you pick up over there. You know what? I haven't tried this style before, and I'm not a big fan of these red ones. So it's that or that. And then we did this one last time, so it's kind of repetitive. I'm hovering right there. You know what? I think that might be cool. So we should be able to unload into that and then pickups over there. So if we line up the pickup so it's like available to drive through here, something like that, it should work. So let's get all this stuff out of the way and see how it goes. I bought another weight, so all the tractors now have weights. Every single one of them has a weight. I was finding that things like the fertilizer and stuff was just making everything go up in the air. So that's why that's got a weight now. What I might do is I'll use this one to pick up the plow. So I'm just going to dump the fertilizer spreader there. And we'll come back for that plow. Oh, that was very close. So some of these tractors have weights like built into them. That one doesn't. I think it's maybe only the Deutz-Fahr that has that. So that can go there. And actually, we can drive these things. So let me drive this. Start the engine. And then we should just roll around the corner here. And that's that done. We may have to delete that sewer grate. So that sewer grate I put down so that we can empty our tanker of water. So if particularly that that silver one over there in the distance, if we want to put milk in it, for example, it's a way of just emptying out the water so we don't. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so we don't Yeah, it's just a way of getting rid of it. Let's see what happens. It may say it's clipping. And if it is, we can just delete it. It's only $500. So, I don't know. How do I even enter demolition mode? Y. Remove A. A. Oh, that's concerning. We may not be able to delete that. All right, so let's put down a silo. And I think something like that's pretty good. Let's do freeform, so it just lets me do it regardless. And we'll line up those blowers like that. And I think... Is that what I'm going to do? Am I happy with that? I think I am. It's a $60,000 mistake if I'm wrong. And then we'll get some gravel going. And yeah, I think what I might do is put some dirt on the hill. So what's the brush size? What's the brush shape? X. And then we'll... come on. This one's dirt, that one's animal. Yeah, so let me... come on, let me... Ooh, okay. I might have to go a little bit bigger. Oh, stop being problematic. Let me do it. Let me do it! Well, that's kind of annoying. Come on, let me do it. Okay, well, that's kind of... Okay. So, alright, that's pretty dominant. So, yeah, you'll load up there. Well, there's a bit of a hill here. I don't know if I've made a good choice here. And that's the unload. Alright, well, we can still drive down the end. And we still can do a U-turn if we do water and stuff. So, let's see how this goes. Hopefully you don't have to back into it and I can just go across it. Or do I have to get really close and I have... barley is not accepted here? What have I bought? So if we scroll in here, it should say... Here. Oh, it's a grape silo. No. Oh, well, that was a waste of $30,000. I wonder if any of you were screaming at me about that. Wow, wow, wow. Well, that was a waste of $30,000. Okay, construction mode. Mistakes were made. In light of that and the hill, I want to definitely make sure it's a little bit closer this time. And you know what? We do have the money for this. And I'm just going to go into free mode. Let me do it. And you know what? I think I'm happier with this because it's closer to that anyway. And then I'm definitely going to... There we go. $9,000 to spare. And I think that's doable. Well, there's an interesting mistake. Oh, there's also a bad driving mistake. Oh, you know what? I have probably also put this too close to the fence. But there we go. There's our first barley drop off. We'll have to put some barley in the chickens. Actually, you know what? Let me do that right now before I forget. Yeah, the hill here is a little bit tight. I don't know if that's the wisest decision to put it there, but it is what it is. This corner down here, I definitely want to treat it more like a production area. I'm going to put lots of those small, like container type productions down here. And yeah, let's get those chickens all fed up. Oh, they're going to take a lot. Okay, I took most of that. Okay, that's good news. It's good to know that they're full. And let's go empty the rest of this off. So in theory, I wanted to make it so that I can just fly by here and do it. Yeah, should be okay. Maybe I should have put the whole thing at 45 degrees. I may have erred then. But let's go finish off the harvest. Hopefully that $30,000 lost then won't mean we can't buy a piece of land. Because that would, that definitely would be... Oh, there's a bit of momentum there. That would be quite sad if we can't get a piece of the land underneath someone. We'll get the rest of the crop out of here. And yeah, it's very noisy, that trailer. Talk about noisy. Look at that throaty. That's very bassy. Oh, I need to unload. Well, that's good news. We've got lots and lots of material. Don't go in the crop. Don't go in the crop. I probably should have moved the trailer rather than trying to move the harvester, but oh well. 400-point turn. And the CLAAS Carrot 140TD is getting the material. I love that new feature where if you're in a harvester, it shows you the capacity of the trailer that you're putting it into. Nice little touch. I wish it was the other way around too, that if you were in the, for example, the New Holland right now, it would actually give you the Alexians numbers as well. But yeah, unfortunately it's only one way. Alright, put that in. Don't drive over the crop. And off we go, and we can finish off our barley harvest. And that will be the harvest for June, because I don't think we're going to... Whoops, no. I was trying to turn on cruise control then, and I mistakenly didn't hold down left button enough and activated the AI helper instead, so he just happily drove forward. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be buying any more land this month. We still have to buy... Well, I shouldn't say so, not buy. We still have to sell all of our lumber products. So there's about 40,000 bucks worth of that. So we will do that. And of course we still have to bale this and put it into storage. I would like to buy a bale storage shed. I don't have the money for it. I want to put the money into land this year. And also, I don't know where I'd put it because we are actually quite short of land at the moment. Most of our land is fully covered with fields, so, or it's just completely undulating, like where the trees are, it's all over the shot, it's like hills everywhere, and there's no way you can put a shed down. But I do want to get a bale storage. And alright, that's that done for the month. You are going to be busy though in July doing all the wheat. So we've got the 3 fields that we joined into one, so 3 farms into one field, I think is the best way to describe it. And we also bought a field last time, so we've got about maybe twice of what we're on now to do next month in wheat, so that should be good. So it looks like we're going to end up with maybe 30,000, no, a bit less than that, about, what's it going to be, yeah, maybe 25,000 in barley. What is the barley price worth? So if you ever had barley, it is, we have 11,000 litres, and at its peak in January you could get 8 grand for it. So that's not much money for that field, really. That, yeah, actually it's pretty bad actually. So that definitely emphasizes the point that you really want to value add the grain. Yep, it does snap. It didn't snap in the shop because I think I actually got it quite accurate. So yeah, it's good to know that is a snapping trailer. Get that connected. Missed it. There we go. And just go take this over to our wheat field in preparation for July. we can leave that right there, and I'm just going to turn the engine off, and that's ready for next month. And it says yield bonus 95%. That's pretty good. How about the one we bought? It does have weeds in it, but I think they were all killed with liquid fertilizer. And this one, yield bonus is 77%. Okay, so I think the weeds may be detracting from that one. All right, let's jump across to the this guy. And we'll get this into our silo. And we'll get our total. So the goal for the series, much like the 22 series, is to put down silos that give us stats in the menu. And so hopefully we'll be able to find mods that do non-traditional assets. In the last game, a good example was there was a grape silo asset or mod, and it wasn't available in the base game, and so that's how we got the grape stat. Ironically, that grape silo I just put down would have been that. I don't know whether that one was a mod or base game. I've just been going through, Mod Hub or through the game's UI and picking everything up that I think would be useful for the series. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what's base game and what's not at this point. Cool, so that's that in there. Let's have a look at our stats when that finishes. So yeah, none of this will get sold directly. It will always go through a production. So there, we end up with just under 25,000 in the silo, but we did put some in the chickens. So 16 grand's worth. Hopefully what we'll do is we will get a grain mill. And so it's about 2/3 in and out. So if you had 3,000, it turns into 2,000. And so the price of barley let's actually just do it this way, maxes out at 681. So 2/3 of that, it needs to be better than, is that 3 on 2? I think that's how it works. So yeah, 3 times 6 is 18, divided by 2 is 900. So the price of flour needs to be better than 900, and it's it's 1,000. And once again, Giants always makes it so that when you get the value prop or the value add, it adds about 1/3 to the price. So yeah, we'll definitely need to do that. The sooner we can afford a mill, the sooner the mill has milled. So we should definitely do that. All right, I'm going to leave that. I think I'm just going to leave that parked there. That will be its traditional parked spot. And we need the baler. I think for now, I'm actually going to dump my weight right here, and hopefully I don't forget where it is. Weights are one of those things that's so easy to somehow lose. And we will go and make as many straw bales as we can. I think this is set to the size appropriate to silage bales. So I think we actually can increase it to... Or does this one actually have... Does this have a size chooser? I'm not used to using this John Deere. I'm not seeing an option to change. No, I'm not seeing an option to change the bale size. So I think this baler is a constant. So normally what you can do is straw and hay in them, you can make 180s. And for silage, you make 150s. So yeah, let's get this going. Have another... Yeah, we can have another little time-lapsey thing going on here. We'll do this one's quite short, and then we'll call it the end of the episode. So enjoy some tunes, and I'll see you in a sec.
Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine.
got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, 'cause my heart starts racing when I'm with you. Can't get enough of this. Being with you, it's like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. A never-ending sunshine.
And the last stripe, I'm surprised I've actually made it this far. I actually had a power outage while this happened, and the UPS on my box thankfully covered the 1 or 2 seconds where we lost power. So yeah, the game kept on running and the recording kept on running and everything went well. So yeah, that was quite the chance. I'm amazed at how often I get to an end of a row and there's just a couple of feet left before the next one. And done. So we can put this back in the yard. The option is to put it where the new field is, but I think I'll put it in the yard for now. Run around here. I don't go this way very often, so yeah, let's go this way. At some point, I fully expect this field on the left here to be ours. Definitely the one in the front of us will be ours. I think that's where our main yard's going to be. And let's squeeze along here. Oh, there's some wool there. Need to put that in a spinnery. And I'm just going to dump this over here. We are going to have to work out a... Whoops, I hit the mouse there by accident. We're going to have to work out a place for all of this machinery. It's not bad there, but I would like to put it in a shed, but with the hill the way it is, maybe I'll just make it a big gravel yard. We'll get rid of those trees at the edge there and we'll just gravelify it and actually just park everything on the hill. I think that would be okay. I think I might go through the yard. You have to remember not to go straight forward here because that house has an awning that you would definitely hit. I think there's a way of cutting through here. Is it too narrow? Am I asking for too much trouble? Oh, have I done something I shouldn't have done? Oh, okay. Oh, it's a bit tight, but okay. I'm not sure if we got 24. I think we might just be under that, so we can all fit it on one trailer. Not a bad harvest. I'm okay kind of with the amount that we got, the 25k. Sure, it's not worth that much, but you know, it's a start. You know, you'd make way more money by doing poplar or just grass and stuff, but as far as the everything challenge is concerned, we have now done barley. When we bought the piece of land where all our equipment on, it did have wheat on it, and we hired a harvester, and I think we made a loss on it, but that was wheat. So we've done wheat, we've done barley on land that we've owned. From a contract point of view, we've done green beans actually on the field right there in front of us. So yeah, not much diversity yet. We're getting there though. More importantly, I think all our production chains are building up nicely. So this will start making flour, and we did the sheep to make fabric. I do want to, as soon as we start getting some fabric, I want to put down a clothes factory. There is a small one of those, so we'll definitely take advantage of that. I don't think for a lot of these things we're going to get to the point where the rate is so high that the big version is going to be justified. I think the only time we're going to have to get the big version is when there is no small version, and the rope factory comes to mind, and also there's a cobbler or something. No, a cooper, a person who makes barrels and stuff. But I don't think there's a small version of that. So there's a couple in the list that are in the $300,000 range. And then I'm not sure how rice is going to happen, but yeah, rice will happen at some point. And is that an even 18? I don't think there's any more than that. Yep, an even 18. And that's that done. So we'll have to plow it. My plan is to plow the fields every time, because that means it meets the plow requirement, and it also means that it automatically weeds it, I believe. But it will bring up stones, but we do have a stone picker, so that's fine. And do I want to unload these, or shall I wait for the last 3? Actually, the question is, where do I even want to put them? I think that will be a problem for later, i.e. next episode. But for now, I think I might just dump these. I'm going to keep this trailer right there. Actually, we'll just turn it off. Well, that was quite the exercise. Definitely enjoyable to get our first crop done. And yeah, I'm glad that we've got this silo situation worked out. Not 100% sure that I should have put it on 9 degrees rather than 45. Time will tell, I guess. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And we'll see you next time when the wheat harvest starts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in July. See you, everybody.